Hello.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Next one in order would be the importance of family. Did you want to do this one or another one?
Yes, we finished this, and today we will do city life.
City life. Okay. All right. So let's get started with city life. Um, I don't remember where are you living in a city or more of a small town or
Yes, I live in a city. It's called Qasim City.
Kasim? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I jumped the gun. That's the first first question on our warm up. How
Yeah.
big is Kasim?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. How big is Kasim? Is it?
Yeah. It's a big city. It's considered as a region, and it have many towns. Yeah, it has many towns. It's yeah, big city. Uh,
I see. I just Googled it, so I see the region. Looks like the main city is
Buraida.
Buryada. Buraida. Okay.
Buraida. Yeah.
Buraida. Okay.
I live, yes, I live in the main city. I live in Buraida.
Okay. I'm trying to look up some information on it. But yeah, it looks like the population is over 1.3 million, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a very big city and it's a beautiful city. The streets are organized very well, so there is no crowded in the streets, and the facilities and services are good here, and everything is. I can find everything I need.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of the city right now, and it looks very kind of ordered and clean. Looks like a very nice city.
Yeah, it's known as the most clean city in the kingdom.
Oh wow, yeah. I it was one of the first things that stood out to me looking at the pictures. Like everything looks super clean, like someone's
Yeah,
out there scrubbing it down or something. Everything's like pristine.
yeah. And at the same time, people here are very helpful. They like their streets to be clean. So they save about these streets
Nice,
always.
nice, very. And if we lived in a perfect world where everything was great, you know, would you want to go back to your hometown, or do you like it where you are now? Do you prefer here better?
Yes. Um, to be honest, I like both of them. I like my hometown because I born there and I spend beautiful years. I born there and I spent beautiful years there. I used to have a lot of friends. I used to have a big family. I used to visit them a lot, stay with them a lot, and I have good memories there. But the life in the Saudi Arabia in general is more safe, is safer. The city where I live, it's a safe city, and also here I have a lot of friends. I have anything I need, and everyone search about safe life.
That's
Maybe
good.
the safe life, yeah, maybe the safe life in my country now is not available.
Sure, sure. Well, hopefully one day.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for telling me about your hometown and where you are now. We'll go ahead and move on to the keywords. I'm just crossing out the definitions. Let's start
Yeah,
up at the top with suburb. What
yeah,
is a suburb? Do you know that word?
yeah. Suburb, it's like a town. It's not in the center of the city. Maybe it's far away from the center of the city, but we can find everything we need.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's smaller than the city.
Yeah, most big cities are expensive. It's where most of the jobs are, and so it's usually a little cheaper to live a little outside of it. So
Yeah,
a lot of people kind of drive into the city. A place like I'm gonna mispronounce it again, uh, Burida.
yeah,
But then maybe when it's time to go home for the day, I'm just looking at some of the places on my map. There's um, Shihaya, Berkaya.
Yeah, like
or Jaida.
yeah,
So people might
like
live there and work in the big city.
yeah,
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 and all those places that surround it, those are the suburbs. So, like for example, I'm from Arizona in America, and Phoenix is our main city. So I grew up in one of the suburbs called Gilbert. But essentially, there was 3 million people in Phoenix, 3 million people in all the cities around it. So a lot of
yeah.
the times, it feels like one big giant city, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe suburb in general, more peaceful places or more quiet places, and cheaper than the city. So a lot of people prefer to live in these areas.
Yeah, exactly, right? The downtown area of the city is usually going to have a lot of buildings, a lot of traffic, and high rent, but in the suburbs, it's usually a little more peaceful, more neighborhoods and schools and, things for families.
Yeah,
All right. Next word.
population. The number of people who live in the same country or in the same city or in the same area.
Yep. Population is just a count of the people. You got it.
Yeah. Convenience. Mm, maybe like suitability or something is comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. When we say something is convenient, we're saying that it's, kind of easy and comfortable, like you said. So convenience is kind of being convenient. So,
Yeah,
for example, in America, we have like a little store at all the gas stations, and we call them convenience stores because while you're there filling up your gas, you can get a drink or a snack or something like that. It's very convenient. It's very easy.
yeah. Crime rate, the number of the crime related to the population.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Transportation, like public transportation, like buses or cars or taxis or trains, subway, like this.
Yeah, all the ways we kind of get in and out of the city, whether it's cars, trains, buses, those are all considered transportation.
Yeah, to commute, we use this word when we want to describe people who want to work and come from work every day, usually or regularly.
Yeah, right. So let's say you drive every day into the city, right? That would be your daily commute.
Yeah,
All right, perfect. So I think you had all these words down pretty well. You knew their definitions excellently.
yeah,
So let's go ahead and describe the picture now, right?
yeah,
So we can use some of those words in bold that we just talked about. But let's describe that picture.
yeah. We have in this picture skyscrapers and maybe it's a suburb or not.
Big buildings and skyscrapers are usually part of the city, the
City center.
downtown. Yeah, city center or downtown. Mhm.
Yeah. So it's the city center with the skyscraper. It's look for me. It's a development city, and then maybe the services also are available. Because from the picture I can have impression it's a big city.
Yeah, it looks very modern,
Yeah,
very, very well built out, very new.
yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think
Maybe
for people that live there, is there a lot of convenience there, or do you think things are difficult?
I think there are a lot of convenience. At the same time, there are some difficulties. Maybe the streets are crowded, maybe because the big number of the people. At the same time, maybe houses are expensive. The life in general in big cities are expensive. To go to work, commute to work is also expensive. Maybe and at the same time it needs more time to get to the work. because it's a big city and the destinations are maybe far from each other.
Yeah, the convenience of living in the city is usually lots of transportation options like buses and cabs. You don't necessarily have to have your own transportation. You may not need a car. You might be able to walk to get your groceries, walk to eat out.
Yeah.
But yes, with such a high population, it's probably crowded. If you are driving in the downtown, usually traffic is pretty bad during the day.
Yeah, and at the same time, maybe in these cities there are more facilities. Maybe there are more theaters, there are more restaurants, cinemas. People can find everything they need, and everything for fun to spend
Yeah, the
interesting time.
entertainment is very
Yeah,
convenient for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a very pretty city. I mean, the river here looks really clean, and
yeah.
there's some boats that look like they maybe do some little tours on it. So I don't know. I'm curious what city it is because I don't recognize the skyscrapers, but it looks like a looks like a nice place.
Yeah. Maybe in New York, there are high buildings.
Yeah, New York is rather well known for all of its skyscrapers for sure.
Yeah,
In fact, there's a picture that's been going around the internet really lately from a drone, kind of looking down on New York, and pretty much Central Park is the only place there's not skyscrapers in New York. It's lots of tall buildings there.
yeah,
Um, so here we have my city. It's just a dialogue. So if you could read that.
yeah. I live in Boston. It's the capital of Massachusetts. I don't know
Yeah,
what's this name.
Mass. You got it right. Massachusetts.
Yeah, and is one of the oldest cities in the United States. The population of Boston is approximately 700 700,000 in 2018. Boston is a fun tourist destination, and the Boston Marathon is in April in one of the most popular events. However, it has one of the highest cost of living in the US. So it's maybe a very expensive city.
Yeah, it's definitely a very expensive place to live. Um, a lot of that is just supply and demand, right? It's only big enough for 700,000, but it's one of the oldest cities in America. So people have been living there for a very long time.